Page 20 on Broadway. You just got to work out the eighth notes and so forth, and these are not rocked eighth notes. You can play them even eighth notes on this. The left hand throughout is staccato. Throughout the whole piece is staccato. You're going to start out with 4 and 2, and then 1, 3. You can use the wrist staccato is fine. Arm staccato gets a little loud. Wrist don't need it real loud because you want to bring out the melody, and the melody here is in the right hand. Speaking of the right hand, take a look at page 20, third line down, last measure. RH over LH, meaning right hand over left hand. Now typically music won't tell you that. You have to figure out, oh, they want the right hand to do that. Well, you figure it out because the left hand's doing its thing. It's not going to stop, therefore the right hand has to do it. So, you have 2 counts of rest to get your hand down there. They're recommending 4th finger on the G, thumb on the D. I find that awkward. I recommend 5th finger on the G and index finger on the D, because the thumb is short, and this way I don't have to reach all the way to get the thumb there. I don't have to reach as far, believe it or not, if I don't use the thumb. So I recommend 5 and 2. That happens in some other places. I recommend the same fingering each time. For the left hand, you have these chords to start. When you get down to the last line on page 20, they change. You gotta go down to here. Try and learn to do that without looking at the keyboard. Make them staccato. I'm using the wrist. It doesn't take a lot of motion, it's just a little motion. Try and get all the notes down at the same time. Blah, blah, blah. Nag, nag, nag. I know. Top of page 21, left hand. First measure is not bad. And the second measure changes keys slightly. You got that 5/7 chord stuck in there. The right hand has all those rhythms you get to deal with. You're not really in a 5-finger position. You're kind of spread out a little bit. So while your hand stays in this octave, the middle fingers kind of got to move around a little bit. Thumb moves around a little bit too. Isn't that nice? You'll figure it out. It's not bad. The rhythm will get you. Yeah, it's the rhythm. But once you get the rhythm down, it's not bad either. There is one fingering I would recommend different, other than the fingering I've already told you, and that is starting on measure 17. It's the first measure of the second ending. Well, they call it the third ending. This has 3 verses. So the first ending, you see a 1, 2. That handles verses 1 and 2. Then when you're done with all that and you're going to finish it off, you go to the other ending. It has a 3. We call a third ending. I just call them first and second endings because there's only 2 of them. There could actually be 3 separate ones in there, but there's not right now. They've just got 1 and 2 sharing the same music. And that's okay. Not a problem. I'm talking about measure 17, where it's officially the third ending. Right hand, they're saying 4, 2, 1, and then you got to move your hand down to get a 1. My problem is all that's one phrase. It's not 2 separate phrases, and you can't connect those without using the pedal. We don't want to use pedal because the left hand's all staccato. That would mess that up. I suggest the fingering there would, rather than a 4, 2, 1, I suggest a 3, 1, 2, and that puts you in position to go on. There's a crescendo at the end. You can get louder on your own, and the last note, of course, is by itself, is that G. Let's try this out and see what happens. 4/4 time, I give you 4 counts, and I am going to repeat it once. So Not going to do all 3 verses. We're going to do the first verse of that whatever and the third verse or whatever. I don't care. Left hand is here. Right hand is here. Okay. 1, 2, ready, and go. In. Repeat. Rest.